welcome back, everyone. Right, so let me share the screen one more time. And let's talk about these acronyms. Okay, just 1 second. Yes, here we are. And I'll just go to my friend Azza because I want to make Azza a co-host. So just give me a second here. Azza, here you are. You're the co-host again, okay? I hope you're happy with this. Right, okay, so let's talk about these abbreviations now. We've got TEFL, we've got CELTA, we've got TESOL. I want some people to help me. What does TEFL stand for? Any ideas? Just raise a hand, I'll pick someone. If you've got an answer, just raise your hand and I will try to give. Okay, so let's go to Asma Mustafa. Asma, unmute yourself.
Yes, hi, Dr. Shadi.
Hi, so what about TEFL? What does it stand for?
Okay, it's teaching English as a foreign language.
I love that. Okay, good answer. What about TESOL then?
TESOL, English speakers for other languages.
Yeah, it is teaching English to speakers of other languages. So TEFL is teaching English as a foreign language. TESOL is teaching English to speakers of other languages. Okay, that's good. Thank you so much. So let me go now to and ask Iman Ismail. Oh, wait a minute. Where did Iman disappear? Okay, let me bring her back. Because I've got, mashallah, very long list. So unmute yourself, Iman.
Hi everyone. Hi, Dr. Shadi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Okay.
So,
call me Shadi. I'm not a doctor.
okay. So CELTA stands for Certificate of English Language Teaching for Adults.
Excellent. What about CELTS?
I've got no idea about the S and P.
Okay. Right. But you're right about CELTA. That was a good answer. Thank you, Iman. So let me check with Haysam Mustafa.
Good afternoon, doctor. I'm lucky to have this session.
Afternoon. I mean, thank you so much. The honor is mine, man. Thank you so much.
Okay. I think CELTA and CELTA by Cambridge are certificates, but for specific purposes, which I mean that S means secondary education and P means primary education.
Yay! Excellent. Good answer. Thank you so much. So the difference is
most welcome, our doctor.
Absolutely welcome. Thank you, man. So CELTA now is for adults. CELTA-S is for secondary. CELTA-P is for primary. So we're talking here about 3 different ages. Okay. So what about FELT? FELT, what does it stand for? Let me ask Iman Ismail. Iman.
Okay, it stands for Fundamentals of Teaching English. Fundamentals of okay, language teaching. I'm not sure about this one, to be honest.
English language teaching.
Yeah.
Fundamentals of English language teaching, which is
yes.
The American University course. Right. Okay. So what about P-CELT? Let's go to Mona Amir. Wait a minute. Let me just find Mona because. Got yeah, Mona Amir. Yes, unmute yourself, Mona. Or Mona Ammar. I'm sorry, Mona Ammar. Yeah. Unmute yourself with your face.
Hello, Dr. Shadi. How are you?
Hi, Mona.
Hi, Doctor.
So, what about TESOL? What do you think it stands for?
TESOL? Which one, TESOL?
P-CELT. P-CELT.
P-CELT. It's like CELTA-P or not? I don't know.
No, it's different. It's just no. That the P is moving around, right? It's sometimes CELTA-P, sometimes P-CELT. Okay.
Okay.
So, well, actually, P-CELT stands for Professional Certificate in English Language Teaching, and I guess that's an Amidist course, right? So let's go to. We've got Delta, and let me ask Let's choose. Okay, we've got Mahmoud Eid. Unmute yourself, Mahmoud.
Hello, Dr. Sherry.
Hi, Mahmoud.
Good evening.
Evening, man.
Hello.
So, hi, I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh.
What about Mahmoud, Delta? What does Delta stand for? Any idea?
Okay. About what?
Delta, what does it stand for?
Delta or what?
Yeah, Delta.
Delta, diploma of English language teaching for adults.
Yay! Good answer. Well done, man. Thank you so much. Okay, so let me go now from Mahmoud and still one last question, which is Deb Tisol. Okay, let me see who's got the answer for this one. And let me go to Magdi Salim. Yes, Magdi. Unmute yourself, Magdi. Magdi, are you there? No? So it sounds some internet problems. So let me choose then. Let me go to Abdullah. No, Abdullah didn't raise a hand. Okay, very few people are raising hands for this question. So let me go to Mahmoud Fuad. And yes, Mahmoud. Or Muhammad, is it Mahmoud or Muhammad? Okay, Muhammad Fuad. Yes, Muhammad. Are you there, Muhammad? No? Then let's go again to, I guess, I'll go to Muna Ammar. Just 1 second. Okay. Let me give it a try to Asma Hamid. Asma. Yes? Okay. Well, it seems if you what is the problem? It seemed that, you know, if there a problem, Azza, with the speaker. Okay. So let me go to Mona Ammar again. Mona, unmute yourself. Can you do that? Okay, let me mute everyone again. Okay, so again, Mona Ammar, are you there? Okay, no? So let me check then the box. Let me end the sharing here. So, okay, let me try with Magdi Salim again. Magdi, unmute yourself. Can you do that?
Hello.
Hello, finally. Hello from the other
Welcome,
side.
welcome.
Welcome, Magdi. Tell me, what about DIP TESOL? What does it stand for?
TESOL.
Oh, yeah, DIP.
Teaching English. DIP. No, I don't really know. I know TESOL, but I don't know what is DIP TESOL.
Okay, well, DIP actually stands for diploma. So DIP TESOL is a diploma in TESOL, and it's actually by Trinity College London. Okay, so the idea.
Oh, I guess it's okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The idea is, I mean, all these are names for the same thing, because finally we've got the two big things, TEFL and TESOL. They're the same things. All these names go under these two big umbrellas. Okay, TEFL or TESOL. Okay, right. Let me share the screen with you one more time for my presentation. Just 1 second. Right. Okay, yeah, here we are. Wait. Good. And let's move from this question, okay, to the common question, which is, and a lot of people ask me these questions. Like I can say, I've been asked this question more than any other question in the world. I don't know why, but the question is, which is higher, TESOL or TEFL? And what I want now is to ask you this question that I've been asked so many times, which is higher, TEFL or TESOL? So if you have an answer, please raise your hands, and then I will choose someone to answer this question. Right. Oh, let's have Muhammad Nabil. So, Muhammad, unmute yourself.
Yes, hello, Dr. Shadi.
Hi, Muhammad.
Hi. Okay, so which is higher, TESOL or TEFL?
Yes.
Well, I think they both provide us with the same thing. They are teaching certificates, but TESOL is accredited from the United States or in the United States, and TEFL in London. Okay.
I would say you're right about one part, but not right about the other. So I'd say both are the same. Thank you so much for saying that. There is no bloody difference. They're absolutely the same, right? So you can't ask which is higher. There is nothing like this. TEFL is TESOL, TESOL is TEFL. I mean, there is no problem with this at all. Now, the idea is TESOL is not American, TEFL is not British. No, no, no. It's just because look at this. TESOL is a British course. So TESOL is a British course. So these two names are used also in the States, and they're used actually in Britain as well. So no difference whatsoever. The difference would be between a certificate or a diploma. Are we talking about a certificate in TESOL or a diploma in TESOL? Are we talking about a certificate in TEFL or a diploma in TEFL? But this question is a hoax. And I've heard from some, from some candidates out there in the market and some teacher trainees that some people tell them that this is higher than that. No, no, no. I mean, these are, two names for the main thing. Okay, right. So if all these courses are either TEFL courses or TESOL courses, okay, why do we have all these names? Why do we have CELTA? Why do we have FELT? Why do we have CERT-TESOL? Why all these different names when actually the service is the same? What's the reason behind this? And let me ask, okay, raise your hands if you have an answer. Why do we have all these names if finally it's the same service? Let me get to Abdulaziz Lutfi. Abdulaziz, how are you? Okay, unmute yourself, Abdulaziz. Let me see. Yes. Okay. Are you there, Abdulaziz? I'll send you again. Unmute yourself, please. Can you do that? Well, it seems that Abdulaziz is not there. So let me check, right, with Mahmoud Eid. Yes, Mahmoud? Seems that is there something wrong with me?
Hello,
Yes, I'm happy, Mahmoud. Yeah. Tell me, Mahmoud. Okay. I'm asking about why do we have all these names out there in the market if finally they are either TEFL or TESOL courses?
I think because each one of them teach us another or different thing about the other certificates or other diplomas.
I would say not necessarily. Because all of them teach you how to teach English. I mean, but why do they have different names?
With a different method, not with the same method.
Well, to be honest, sometimes the same methods.
Okay.
Right? Okay, so I need another guess. I mean, let's go to Mahmoud Atif. Mahmoud, what do you think? Mahmoud raising a hand. Unmute yourself, Mahmoud. Okay, so what about Fatma Muhammad? Unmute yourself, Fatma.
Okay, hello.
Okay, hi Fatma, what do you think? Why do we have all these names?
I think all of these have the same methodologies and strategies and techniques. These certificates deal with teaching English generally to speakers of other languages, or foreign for foreign people. I think according to the institution, it's just names according to the institution. For example, some institutions like Cambridge, they choose like to CELTA as a certificate to be certified to teach adults, and other like Notting Hill or other institutions, they choose, I think.
Excellent answer. I would say these are, as we say, brand names. So every company wants to have its own name. So it becomes a brand name. So no other company or no other language teaching organization would have the right to use that name. So when we say CELTA, we understand that this is Cambridge University, not any other institution. And this is why we've got all these different names. In the past, it wasn't like that. So CELTA in the past was called CTEFLA, and Delta in the past was called DTEFLA. But this has changed now because the world is moving into branding, and every company would like to have its own course that no one else would take it away. Right, okay, interesting. Okay, so let's move from there and get to this statement here. CELTA, CELTS, CELPI are all TEFL or TESOL courses. So these are not new inventions, right? Okay. Now, here comes the question, and let me stress one more time on this one. What do the following acronyms stand for? We've got CELTA, CELTS, CELPI. Okay, so let me check with if you know and you can confirm the answer to this one. Okay, let me check with some people. Right, who's ready to answer this? I've got Marianne Makram. Yes, Marianne.
Hello, Mr. Shady.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you. CELTA with A is for adults, a course concerning teaching adults. CELTA with S is for secondary, middle and high school students, targeting middle and high school students. CELTA with P is for primary, so training teachers to teach primary students.
Wonderful answer. Yeah, that's very true. Okay, good, wonderful. So let's come to the second question, which is the wrong question. And the wrong question will be, which is better, CELTA or CELTS? And why do you think I consider this a wrong question? I need someone to answer this. Why is this a wrong question? Let me go and ask. Let me see people raising their hands. Okay, so I have here, who wants to answer this one? Okay. Oh yeah, Amr Barakat. Amr, yes.
Yeah, hello, Dr. Shadi. Good evening.
Evening, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Well, me too. I'm honored to be here. I mean, I love Nile TESOL, and I'm really happy for the generous invitation to be here again. Yeah. So, which is better, CELTA or CELTS? Why this is a wrong question?
Yeah, I think, as you mentioned, it's wrong because it depends on your desire to, attend which either CELTA A or CELTA S, because it has difference in content. I think CELTA A focus on adults, and S for secondary. And I think it depends on its institutions and your career, and what would you like to get for your career and job and profession and so on.
Excellent answer. Thank you, Amr. Well, Amr is completely right about that. There is nothing called which is better. The question is, what do you need? It's what is your wish? What do you want to be in the future? Do you want to teach, secondary and preparatory students? Then go for CELTS. Do you want to teach adults? Then you go for CELTA. So it's a matter of choice regarding ages. Right, good. Now let's come to the second slide here. And the question is, why are these courses famous? Because everybody says CELTA, CELTA, CELTA. Well, CELTS is not that famous in Egypt because it has been recently introduced into the market, but it has been a very famous course out there in the West. But why are these courses famous? Why they have like big reputation out there in the market? What's the point? And let me ask Mahmoud Gamal.
Yes. Good
Yes,
evening.
Evening, Mahmoud.
It's been a long time since I last see you, Britishey, if you remember me.
Thank you so much, Mahmoud. I'm
You're
really happy
welcome.
to have you here. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Okay, I think they're famous because it depends on the market. You know, when you try to apply for a job, they ask for a CELTA, especially in Gulf countries or something. They ask for a CELTA. I know it's level 5, just like the TEFL, but you know, it's more famous and it's more expensive because it depends on the market itself. So that's why I think they are famous. But the content can be actually the same. But famous is more about the market and about the jobs and so on. That's it.
Good. So
Thank
I'm
you.
really happy. So you said that these courses are so much demanded for the market, but I will add to this. But why do you think, how do you think this happened?
Actually, I'm not sure, but I think maybe us, the teachers, who made this happen. Because sometimes when you take this expensive course and you go to a place for or something like that, so you said I took the CELTA or something, so it's something expensive. You promote
Oh,
for
yeah.
yourself. Yeah,
Yes.
I think that I'm not sure about this. Yeah, but I think we promote for ourselves, so that makes this course famous and it makes it more expensive and more reliable. And also, one more thing is when you take a course like CELTA and you work somewhere and you are really good at this, then you are reliable. Then whoever hired you will search for someone just like you has the CELTA or something. And this is just my opinion.
Oh, well, I mean, well, pretty much great. Yeah, I do agree with, with all what you said. But I will add to it also, of course, the name of
Yes.
Cambridge Assessment English, right? Because again, the institution that offers these courses has, like, I would say, a very, very big name out there in the market in different parts of the world. I mean, Cambridge Assessment English, which is part of Cambridge University. That's why, okay, the CELTA has this, reputation.
Yes.
And of course, yeah, of course, there are other institutions like Trinity College London, also CERT TESOL. That's a big, big name as well, right? Good, lovely. So let's move from there and come to this interesting tasks. And I will give you some time to do this task on your own. It says, which course would you recommend for the following teachers? CELTA, CELTIS, or CELPI? Okay, right. So this is something for you to think about on your own now. So try to take a screenshot, okay, of this and think about it. And once you finish, please raise your hand so that I know that most of you have finished answering this. Remember to raise your hands once you finish, eh? Okay, let's get back on track. Okay, right. So, number one, teacher number one, my name is Jack and I love teaching kids. I adore them. So, which course do you think would be suitable for Jack? Let me ask Iman Ismail. Can you unmute yourself, Iman?
Yes, he is interested in teaching kids, so he's going to go for the CELTA P.
Okay, good answer. What about the second one? I'm Layla, and my dream is to teach university students. What would you recommend for Layla?
The first course, CELTA A or CELTA.
Okay.
Okay, how can you say CELTA or CELTA A?
How you say CELTA? Usually, for the other two courses, you say CELTES, CELPI. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Good. Now, let me move to Hiba El Tatawi. Hiba, can you unmute yourself? Oh, sorry. I guess I need to. Oh yeah, I'm back. Yeah, right. So, are you there, Hiba? Can you unmute yourself? Yeah, Hiba. Yeah, Hiba. Right, she's not there, it seems. Okay, so, or are you there, Hiba? No, not yet. So let me go to Rami Al-Arabi. Rami, can you unmute yourself? Let me give it another try. Can you do that? Yeah.
Hello, hi, Shadi.
Hi, Rami. Now let me ask you.
Just entered. I have just entered.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm so sorry.
So let me tell you about what we're doing. Let me tell you quickly. We have 3 courses: CELTA, CELTES, and CELPI.
Yeah.
And
Great.
you need to recommend one course, okay, to those teachers on the screen. So let's go to number 3. Sarah says, I'm Sarah, and my goal is to teach secondary students at an international school. Which course?
Yeah, I'd recommend CELTES because CELTES is for prep and secondary.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Okay. And Rami, what about Ali? I'm Ali, and I want to teach employees at international companies. They pay well, right? Ali.
For international companies, I think CELTA,
yeah,
because it's for adults.
Excellent answer. Thank you so much. And thank you, Rami. Let me go to...
My pleasure. Thank you.
Always welcome, my friend. Let me go to the lovely Ahmed Mustafa. Unmute yourself, Ahmed.
Hello, Professor.
I'm not a professor. That's a big word. Hey, come on.
I'm so happy to be with you.
Okay, so my name is Mina, and I work for Vodafone. I want to be an English instructor there. So what would
yeah, I prefer CELTA because also the same answer is for adults. So it will help him a lot to deal with adults.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, now let's move to the coming slide here. And the question is, where can I get these courses in Egypt? Okay, which places are accredited to deliver such courses, right? So let me share this here. So we've got for CELTA, we have Reach Out Academy, that's in Adoqi. And of course, the British Council in Egypt, that's in Adoqi as well. Don't know what's wrong with Adoqi when it comes to CELTA. Everybody goes to Adoqi, yeah? Right? And then we've got Future University in Egypt, right? Okay, so that's for CELTA, okay? For CELTES till now, it's Britishey Training Center, okay? So these are the organizations, okay, that offer these 2 courses here in Egypt. Right, good. Now, let's move forward. How can I get accepted on these courses? That's a good question. I want to listen to some ideas. How can you get accepted on a CELTA course? How can you get accepted on a CELTES course? Okay, so let me listen to Rehab's opinion. Rehab, what do you think? How do people get accepted on a CELTA course? Unmute yourself, Rehab. Okay, I'm sending you again. If you're there, right in front of the computer.
Hi, Mr. Shadi.
Hi, Rahab.
For CELTA course, I must attend interview before the course, and I get pre-task, and I think my level must be C1 at least.
Oh, excellent answer. I love your answer, Rahab. Okay, well done. So I'd say, yeah, strong application and pass the interview and show your interviewers that your level of English is C1. Now, let me tell you about this. So, in order to be accepted on a CELTA course, and let me tell you my story quickly with a CELTA, because I was rejected as a CELTA candidate. I don't know how many of you know about this, okay? But actually, I was rejected as a CELTA candidate. Nobody accepted me. It was terrible. But you know, at the time when I was rejected as a CELTA candidate, I thought, you know, oh, that was unfair, you know, and I should have been accepted on the course. I'm a wonderful teacher, you know, and it is always horrible when you think like this of yourself. When you consider yourself wonderful and great and amazing, this is when no development would come at your door, okay? As long as you think that something is missing and you need to work on something, this is when you really become good, okay? So at that time, I was really naive. I thought that I was one of the best teachers in the world, of course, right? I don't think I am, right? And when I got refused, I said, how come? Now, later when I became a CELTA tutor, I realized that, oh my God, I delivered, you know, a terrible application at that time to the British Council, right? It was terrible because I didn't think that a full stop would mean a lot. No, it's wrong with punctuation, you know, I mean, as you can write, okay, if I don't put this full stop there, nothing would happen, you know. And again, I gave the wrong impression about who I was. So, of course, my application had to be refused, okay, because I didn't show good language models on my application. So the first step to get accepted on a CELTA course is to deliver a very strong application. And I mean by a very strong application, make sure that you cover all the areas you're required to cover. Don't leave anything. Proofread carefully, because a full stop might not get you into the course. Someone might say, Shadi, but how? A full stop? I say, yeah. I mean, if you've got 50 people applying for a CELTA course and the organization or the language teaching organization only wants 12, then they will choose the best 12. And this is when it becomes very difficult for you to get accepted on a course. So yeah, a strong application would make a difference. Oh, sorry. Okay. And then I would say the second thing is the interview. In the interview, you need to show that you have a good character. Some might say, Shadi, will that make a difference if I have a good character or I don't have a good character? Of course, because you're going to graduate from the course as a teacher. A teacher who does not accept feedback, is not a good teacher. I would never myself hire someone who does not accept feedback. I don't care if someone comes to me with a CV and he says that I've got my CELTA, I would say, show me your tutor's report, because I want to look at the box down there and read something good about accepting feedback. Because if a teacher does not accept feedback, how would this teacher listen to his manager? How would this teacher listen to my instructions, for example? If I want to give feedback to this teacher, would he accept this feedback? I don't know. So again, you need in the interview to show your tutors that you accept feedback, you're a good character, you will be a nice partner to your friends on the course, and also you freed yourself for the course. Okay, you know how intensive the course is, and you're ready to take that course during that time. Lovely. Finally, C1 level of English language. And I'd say that is super important. It is very important that you have strong English before joining a course like CELTA. Is because in CELTA, you've got 4 assignments and every assignment is 1,000 words. So if you don't know how to write accurately, you will keep getting a resubmission. And if your resubmission is still weak regarding language, then what that means is that you might fail an assignment. And if you fail 2 assignments on CELTA, your course is bye-bye. You fail the whole course. So yes, a good level of English is really important on the CELTA course. Another thing. Now let's talk about CELTS, CELP, and what is required from a teacher in order to join these 2 courses. And let me listen to some of your ideas before I tell you mine. Okay. So let me listen to Mahmoud Atif. Mahmoud, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Mahmoud. So
okay, so if I'm talking about the CELTS or CELTA B, the abilities for that one, I think like CELTA A, just you should have a strong application, that's a view, and also CA. But I think if you have some methods to teach for kids, or you should have some methods for that one. It's not special for adults, but if I'm talking about adults, there's no more methods to teach adults. But if I'm talking about secondary or primary, you should have a lot of methods like total physical response. Just you should have methods to teach for kids that one.
I would say you would need techniques.
Yes, techniques, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. You would need techniques or methods for all ages. The idea is, what I'm talking about, do we have different, criteria for accepting someone on a CELP? Let me go to Haysam Mustafa. Yes, Haysam?
Yes, doctor, please repeat the question if you please.
Yeah, I mean, what are the criteria for accepting someone on a CELTS or CELP course?
I think he should have a good command of English language as proficiency. Besides maybe a little of experience, which is reflected in his writing and answering for the questions by the organization which he's following. Besides, as you have said, the strong information that I'm writing about myself, which is reflecting my English, that my English is perfect. Beside the slight background of teaching itself. Among all the participants who are in the course or who are applying for the course.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, I do agree with a big part of what you said. Now let's see what are the criteria for accepting someone on CELTS. And I'd say first an interview. And during the interview, you need to show your interviewer that you would be able to do this course, okay? In terms of time, organization, and everything. Second one is B1 level of English language, B1 level of English language. So here is we need advanced, here we need intermediate, okay? Right, good. So now let's move to duration and cost. And we're going to talk about these things approximately, okay? Like there are no fixed figures, but let's talk about the market here in Egypt. What are the prices? Because again, prices and fees are different from a country to another, okay? But how much do you think these courses are here in Egypt? And let me check with, let me see who's raising a hand. Hala Rais, how are you? Sayis, I'm sorry. Hala Sayis.
Assalamu alaikum, how are you, Mr. Shadi?
Salam, how are you, Hala?
Alhamdulillah, everything's fine.
What about CELTA, duration and cost?
For the CELTA duration, I think it's around one month.
Yeah.
This is the intensive one.
Yes.
And for the salary, I think it depends on the place. British Council is giving high prices, which cannot be afforded for all the teachers in Egypt. It's around 30,000. So this is if I am a teacher and I have this this amount I'm not going to take. I will start my own business. يعني. This is, so this is too much.
I would, yeah. I mean, I would say I would look at this a bit differently, you know, because I put a lot of money in my own study myself. I guess I so much believe in professional development, and I believe that every penny you spend on your professional development and making yourself better is worth it. So we might be a bit different on this one, but yeah, I do agree. Pretty expensive course. I mean, fair enough. Okay, I'd say for CELTA, yes, she's right. It goes from 28,000 to 30,000, different from a place to another, but it goes in this range in Egypt, and it takes from 4 to 5 months if we're talking. 5 weeks if we're talking about intensive CELTA, which is the usual CELTA, because usually CELTA is intensive most of the time. Right. Now let's go to CELTS and let me check with someone. Let's see. I'm sorry, the name I see on the screen is Dell. I'm not sure if this is correct or not, but Dell, can you unmute yourself and tell us your opinion? Dell, are you there? Okay, so it seems that Dell might have a technical problem. So let's go to Fatima. Fatima, unmute yourself. Fatima Muhammad. Are you there, Fatima?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you think about CELTS? What would be the duration and cost?
CELTA?
No, we talked about CELTA. What about CELTS?
CELTS?
Yeah.
The duration and cost, I think the same.
Okay, so let's see whether you're right or wrong. And no, actually, CELTS, it goes from 15,000 up to 17. And it is finished in 6 to 9 months.
And longer time, not long period.
Yeah. Why? The reason, because CELTS is designed for secondary and prep school teachers. So it is designed that teachers don't have to leave their schools for the course. But in CELTA, you have to leave your life, your friends, your family, everything, and just be free for 1 whole month. But CELTS is not designed in this way. CELTS is designed so that you can live your life and do your professional development at the same time, right? So it's a different course. Good. Now, here is a good question. How are these courses assessed? And let me see who's got an answer for this one. Raise your hands if you have an answer for this question. Okay, we've got Hala El-Tatawi. Let's try again, Hala. Are you there? Hello. Well, it seems that Hala is. Yes, she's here. No, not yet. Hala, are you there? Hiba Tatawi, I'm sorry. That's not Hala, Hiba. No, seems no. Mahmoud Jamal. Mahmoud, unmute yourself. Yes.
Yes.
So tell me, how is CELTA assessed? Any idea?
Yes, I think we are assessed according to demos. Like did
how
you?
How many demos?
I don't know, but I think maybe it's 6 to 9 months. So 6 to 9 demos. Is that correct? Is that correct?
Remember, CELTA is maximum 5 weeks.
Yes, no, not CELTA. Like I'm talking about CELT-B or CELT-S.
No, I'm talking about CELTA now.
Yeah, CELTA. I think no. I think CELTA can be 8 demos.
Okay, yeah, very true.
8 demos, yeah, but with real students, not just they have to be real students.
Excellent.
So I think yes, 8 demos.
Good. So any other element along with teach and practice?
Other elements, I'm thinking about classroom management. I'm thinking about actually this is the only thing that comes to my mind, like classroom management, because
good.
This is the thing you learn. Yes.
Thank you, Jamal.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I'd say Jamal is right about the number of TPs. In CELTA, you need to teach 8 times. Every time you will teach for 45 minutes, and that would go up for 6 hours. So in CELTA, you need to do 6 hours of teaching practice, okay? That's how you get assessed. But there is another element, which is, I'll show you that on the screen. So 8 teaching practice lessons, which are equal to 6 hours of teaching, and 4 assignments. And you need to pass at least 3 assignments out of 4 in order to pass the course safely. Right, good. Now, what about CELTS? And let me see people who might have a good guess about CELTS and how it is assessed. What do you think? And I've got Shayma. Yes, Shayma, unmute yourself 1 second. Yes. Shayma Ahmed. Shayma, are you there? Shayma, are you there? Okay, let me try to, yeah, unmute yourself one more time. Can you do that now? Oh, you keep muting yourself again. So let me send you another unmute. Okay. Well, it seems that Shayma has a problem. Right, with the internet or something. Okay, that's the downside of teaching online. So let's go and ask Haysam Mustafa. Okay, Haysam, are you there? Haysam, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, so Haysam, what about CELTS? How do you think CELTS is assessed?
As assessed, first of all, I think that attendants should attend the lectures to understand, share, and participate. Then we have a second step. It could be according to criteria, as applying the rubrics of teaching, which is related to the objectives and aims of the course itself. And this will be also assured while teachers' demos. But the 8 times they are doing the final teaching practice.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Well, not far from reality. So let's have a look. So for CELTS, you need to complete the online course. You need to complete 8 portfolio tasks. You have 1 portfolio task each month, and you apply these portfolio tasks with your students in a classroom, okay? Once a month, okay? Right, and then you need to pass Take it module 1. At least you need to get band 2 minimum, right? And finally, pass the practical assessment, which is something like teaching practice. So CELTS is different in the assessment components from CELTA. So in CELTA, you have 4 assignments. In CELTS, you have 8. In CELTA, you have no written exam. In CELTS, you have a written exam, which is TKT Module 1, okay? In CELTA, you have 8 teaching practice, but in CELTS, you have 1 teaching practice, which is the summative assessment. You actually have 3 on CELTS, but 2 unassessed, the 2 formative assessments, but the final summative assessment is assessed, okay? Right, now, big question here. May people fail after paying all that bloody money? And that's a serious question. Like, will I pay all that money and finally I discover that I lost 28,000 Egyptian pounds in 1 month? What do you think? Do people fail a course? Oh yeah, I know Busaina, it's terrible, I know. Okay, so let me check with Busaina. Busaina.
Hi.
Hi, what do you think? Do people fail a course?
Yeah, it might happen. Yeah.
Yeah, very true. I'd say very, very few people would fail a Cambridge assessment. No, I would say CELTA or CELTS. Very few would fail.
Mm-hmm.
Not because the course is easy. The course is really, demanding, but it is actually because people take it seriously and they work so hard. Now, so if you're asking me, about how many people I saw failing CELTA courses, and I can tell you about 3 stories. Okay. Story number 1, you know, why people might fail a CELTA course when you don't listen to your tutor. So you are in a CELTA course, you paid all that money, and your tutors support you, and then you don't listen to them at all. What I mean by you don't listen to them, like they give you advice. They say, okay, look, when you go into the lesson, you do 1 to 3. And then you go to the lesson and you do 5, 6, 7, right? So you do something completely different from what your tutor told you, and then you might not pass. Like I remember a time when I said to a candidate, okay, look, your main aim is reading. So the most important tasks is the gist task and the detailed task. You need to give students enough time to read these for these 2 tasks. And then what happened is that this student went to the TP and she started teaching grammar. Now that's a reading lesson, and then out of nowhere, you're teaching grammar. I mean, for God's sake, I mean, why? How would you pass this way? Of course, it is impossible. So again, so one reason for failing one of these courses is not listening. You need to listen to your tutors and follow their advice, because this is why you paid all that money, right? So that's number 1. Another reason for failing is when you don't give a damn. Sorry to put it this way, you know, some people, you know, I mean, it's weird, I know. I mean, if you pay all that money, you're supposed to care. Well, but you might be surprised that some people actually don't. And people who don't care and put a lot of effort into a CELTA or CELTA's course, they will never pass. It's impossible. These are very demanding courses. These are very serious courses. And if you don't work hard, if you don't listen to your tutors, you'll never pass. Like another example of a candidate who used to be absent so many days, and also not attending ALP or assisted lesson planning with tutors. And of course, finally, he was unable to pass the course. Shame, of course. I mean, and we were all sad, but sometimes there is nothing you can do, right? Good. A third example, and the last one I remember, is because of someone being absent. Because again, on CELTA, you teach 8 times. It's okay. I mean, if it happened that you taught a lesson and then you failed it, what's the problem? Because in reality, we have our ups and downs. It's normal that you have a bad day and you teach a bad lesson, no problem. But there is a big problem when you don't show up for your lesson. So if you fail a lesson, well, okay, I mean, some people fail 3 lessons and they still pass the course. It happens, yeah. But not showing up means that you're not completing the 6 hours required by Cambridge Assessment English. And that's a big problem. So you cannot miss any TP. You have to finish all your TPs, okay? Right. And I still remember, and this happened, I was teaching a CELTA in South Africa, when this candidate, weird, I mean, it was really weird because she passed nearly everything and she passed all TPs, and then she didn't show up for TP8. And the course was over without her doing her TP8. Imagine that, someone failing just because of 1 TP. Right, so these are serious courses. Yes, the percentage of people failing are nearly like 1% or something. Like you hardly see someone failing these courses, but it is still possible. It's a pass and fail course. And people pass it not because it is easy, it's because they kill themselves working. Right, now from there, okay, time for your questions about these courses. Okay, so first here are my contacts. If you want to send me an email requiring something, that's the website, and this is my email, right in front of you. So you can take a screenshot of it, because now I will give you time for your questions. okay? And I'll be ready to answer your questions. So stop sharing here and let me see everyone. Yay! Okay, so if you have a question, please raise a hand and then I'll be ready to discuss your questions, whatever you have in mind.
Yeah,
Right.
can I start?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So if I don't want to take CELTA and I would like to be a CELTA tutor and I would like to have the Delta, is it a diploma?
Okay. Yeah, let me tell you about the requirement for becoming a CELTA tutor, because this is what happened. I told you the story. I got rejected for CELTA. So funny enough, I didn't do my CELTA. Okay. What I did is I got accepted for Delta Module 1. I finished Delta Module 1 and then Delta Module 3 and then Delta Module 2. I became a Delta holder. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the first step. You either have a Delta or an MA in TESOL or Applied Linguistics.
I have MA. I have MA in TESOL and Applied Linguistics.
Lovely. So if you have an MA in TESOL and Applied Linguistics, then the second step is to be recommended for the position of a CELTA tutor by a Cambridge University authorized center.
Okay.
Okay. So in Egypt, for example, you have 3 places: Reach Out Academy, Future University, and the British Council. One of these 3 places have to say, we want Azza, right? They go like that. And then they send your CV to Cambridge University and they send your application. And then Cambridge University would look at it and said, yeah, Azza has good experience in teacher training. She can join us. Or they say, wait a minute, Azza needs to work a bit more in the field of teacher training before applying for the job.
So they provide me with feedback, like what exactly I need to be a CELTA tutor, right? Wonderful.
Yeah, yes. But number 1 is having a Delta or MA in TESOL or DIP TESOL from Trinity College London. So 3 things: MA in TESOL or Applied Linguistics from respected university. And when I say respected, I mean in terms of practice. Like, it's not a theoretical MA, it's an MA that has a practical side. Okay, Cambridge University would look into this, and or either a DIP TESOL from Trinity College London or a Delta from Cambridge Assessment English, of course. One of these 3 plus a recommendation from an authorized Cambridge Assessment English Center.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely welcome. Right. So another question, if you do have got. Raise your hands if you do have a question. We've got Nuran Waziri. Yes, Nuran.
Okay, hello, Mr. Shadi.
Hi, how are you?
Hello. Okay, Mr. I wanna just ask you if if I'm a recent graduate, okay, and I want to apply in a university as a teacher, okay, what process I may take to make that?
Okay. Well, if you're asking me, I mean, to teach at a university level, we're talking here about teaching adults, then the best thing is to take CELTA or a TEFL course for adults. Now, universities are different about how they look at these courses. Some universities would say CELTA minimum requirement. Like I used to work at Future University in Egypt, and they need CELTA as a minimum requirement. Some other universities wouldn't ask for that. So I've got some TEFL graduates who got jobs at universities with only a TEFL certificate, not a CELTA. So it is different from a place to another.
Okay, for the experience, is it preferred or it's okay for that if I'm a CELTA or TEFL holder?
Sure. Usually when you graduate, you have no experience. Where would you get your experience from?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What makes your CV really strong is the professional development courses. Okay. Like I remember we had a very, very wonderful teacher with us at Future University, and she just finished her faculty and she became a teaching staff because she was very hardworking, that she did her CELTA while she was a university student. Imagine that.
Wow.
So she finished and she got a job. That's it. So what I'm trying to say is, you can't wait for the opportunity and then you get prepared.
Yeah.
You have to be prepared when the opportunity comes. And this is what you need. This is how you need to think about your professional development. Like, don't say, يعني اعمل بالسلطه يعني اروح ادفع 30,000 جنيه في كورس يعني، وبعدين فجأة تبص تلاقي لاقيه جايه لك وظيفه في السعوديه ب 15,000 ريال مثلا.
Yeah.
يعني داخلين في بتاع 80,000 مصري. هوب الوظيفه مطلوب فيها سلطه، هوب ما لحقتيش تعملي الكورس خلاص راحت. يعني انا وانا بعمل دلتا موديول 1 ما خلصتهاش اصلا، جالي اوفر في جامعه اليمامه ب 12,000 ريال وانا لسه طالب في الدلتا، يعني ما خلصتش اصلا، لسه بعمل موديول 2 ما خلصتش. جالي اوفر ب 12,000 ريال، كومباوند على حسابهم، ترانسبورتيشن على حسابهم، يعلموا 2 من ولادي في مدارس انترناشونال على حسابهم. ده وانا لسه طالب. طب هل انا لما بدات اعمل الدلتا كان في دماغي ان انا هيجي لي اوفر زي ده؟ لا طبعا، بس because I love it, I loved professional development and I still love it. I was just hungry. I wanted to know more. I wanted to learn, and this is when opportunities start appearing. And when when opportunities come and you're ready, you'll be able to grasp them. That's the whole issue. So I hope you got my answer here, right?
Yeah, but I'm sorry, but just one more point, Mr. شادي. بس يعني معظم دلوقتي السعودية أو الخليج بقى بيعملوا حاجة مستفزة جدا، إن أنت ممكن يكون معاك سلطة وتسافل هولدر، تمام، الاثنين مثلا، ومعاك يعني already يعني pass the interview, pass the يعني أي requirement هم عاملينها، بس يجي يعني بحاجة مستفزة إن لا لازم تبقى native speaker. طب إزاي يعني؟
بصي شوفي، أنا هقول لك على حاجة. I know that there is a lot of discrimination in the market between non-native and native teachers. However, if you're a hard-working person, this will never stop you. I'm a CELTA tutor. I'm not a native speaker. I've got a lot of wonderful Egyptians who are CELTA tutors. They're not native speakers. Cambridge University didn't see any problem at all. What is sad is that this kind of discrimination happens in Arab countries, which is really sad. It doesn't happen in Britain. It doesn't happen in the United States of America. It happens in Arab countries. I know about it. However, we have a lot of successful working in different Arab countries, and this didn't stop them. So what I would say is, be as good as you can. And finally, people would say, we want Nuran because she's so good. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
That's what you put in mind. You're too good, okay, to be refused.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Okay, thanks.
Let me go to Muhammad Fuad. And Muhammad Fuad بنفسه حضر لنا السيشن يا جماعة. Muhammad, how are you? Muhammad, are you there? Unmute yourself.
Do you listen to me?
Yeah. I can hear you now.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to join you, by the way. But it's my first time to start hearing about CELTS course, by the way. And I'm so interested about this course because I've been looking for working as an English teacher for secondary stage. Okay. And I found it's a very good chance for me to start getting this course. I have been planning to do it, by the way, but I haven't heard about this course before. I've been looking for something like this. This is my first time to start hearing about something which is called CELTS. And is it going to be beneficial for me for teaching literature, by the way? Because once you're applying for working in international school or some schools like this, they are caring too much about teaching reading, teaching literature, drama, novel, poetry, and some stuff like that. So is it going to be beneficial for teaching you? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. First, my question is, what is literature? What is it?
It's all about novel, drama, poetry, some stuff like that.
Yeah, and all these kinds, focus on which skill?
Reading skill. Yeah, reading.
If you know how to teach reading, then you will learn how to teach literature, poetry, novel, because again, the main principles are the same. There might be slight differences here and there, but still the basics are the same. Teaching reading is teaching reading. You need to start with a leading. There will be a pre-reading stage, a while reading stage, a post-reading stage. So, I mean, things will be the same no matter what. Okay? So
yeah,
yes,
sure.
Thank you. Of course, the course will support you with this. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. So another question from Yasmina Ahmed. Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
I want to ask about something. First of all, it's English teaching is not my field or not my primary field. So I'm new to this. I'm just doing some freelance courses and things like that. So I asked my friend if I got to take the TEFL course, will it benefit me as a freelance teacher or not? I found that teaching English is a great thing for me, or I can be really a hard worker for it. So I think it may be a chance to get better and improve. Yeah. So I'm just asking for your opinion about the matter.
Yeah, of course. Why not, Yasmina? I mean, I know wonderful people in our field who, having graduated from the Faculty of Education or the Faculty of Arts, okay, and some of them have got Ihab, he's a CELTA tutor in Saudi Arabia, an Egyptian guy who graduated from the Faculty of Commerce. Mohammed Khalaf graduated from the Faculty of Tourism, okay, and he's a wonderful CELTA tutor. So if Cambridge University had no problem giving those people the opportunity to become CELTA tutors or, I mean, teacher trainers working for Cambridge English, why wouldn't you become very, very successful in the future?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking that.
Yeah,
I feel that I may be able to do that. So yeah.
Yeah, of course you can do it. And I also worked with a friend of mine at Future University. I still remember her. Her name is Sarah. And Sarah originally graduated from the Faculty of Pharmacy. Her name is Sarah Amin. She is wonderful. And she used to go to, what's his name? IATEFL, one of the big conferences in the world for teaching English language. And she gave wonderful presentations there. So, and she's a pharmacist, right?
So thank you, sir.
Absolutely welcome. So let's check another question. I've got Mahmoud Al-Rubi, if I'm pronouncing the name correctly. Yes, Mahmoud. Muhammad, I'm sorry.
Hello, Dr. Shadi.
Hi, Muhammad.
I'm a teacher. For me, I would like to take a recommend from you.
Yeah.
If I would like to take just one course and I'm qualified for this course, do you recommend me CELTA or Delta? Or if they are important?
Okay. Now, let me first say, okay,
how can I start?
Yeah. What professional development courses have you done before, Muhammad? Can you say that again, please?
Teaching.
I'm sorry, the
for
voice
international schools. I would like to work. I would like to work in international schools or university.
Well, I mean, for international schools, you will be talking about a different age. So I would say CELTES. If you're talking about teaching university students, then CELTA. If you feel CELTA is too expensive, then look for a TEFL course that is reasonable in price and then join it. Okay? Okay,
thank you, Doctor.
Absolutely welcome. So let's go. I have Iman Singer. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name correctly. I hope I am.
Yes, doctor, is correct. Thank you for giving me this chance. I want to ask you. First, I'm a fresh graduated. I graduated 2 years ago, but my first language in faculty was Chinese, not English language. But now I worked at English teacher for 2 years, and I have a lot of experience as a teacher. and 4 Egyptians. So I want to ask if I, by the way, I have finished the TEFL diploma in Ain Shams University. So I want to ask if I'm interested in teaching English in universities in the future, or in international or big language schools. What should I do, or can I apply for universities as a teacher for English? And English wasn't my first language at university. I graduated from Faculty of Arts Chinese department.
I would say, as long as you're qualified enough, nobody would ask about your first study at the university, or whether your major was Chinese or another language. So, for example, if you got your CELTA and you delivered a very good demo at this university, people will take you in, right? No problem. That wouldn't stop you. My advice to you is to do a TEFL course, something that is really practical, a CELTA course, or a CELTES course, so that you're sure, okay, your knowledge is really strong, okay?
Okay, or if I take IELTS or TOEFL exam, it will help me to improve my qualifications of teaching English also, or
it will not improve your qualification of teaching English. It will be evidence of how good your English is.
Okay.
And if employers can see that your English is great, that's a plus. So if you got 7.5 in your IELTS or 8, like, that's wow, this is, your CV will look really sexy, I say. So yeah, why not? But for me, for example, when I hire teachers, I don't care if they have IELTS or not. I run an interview and I see whether their English is good or not. If their English is not good, then I'd say no.
Yeah, okay, I got it. So I will work on take CELTA in as soon as it is possible. Okay, thank you, Doctor. So much.
Absolutely welcome. Negwa, yes. Are you there, Negwa? You have a question. Unmute yourself if you're there. Okay, so it seems that Negwa is here. No, not yet. Okay, so let me go to Ahmed Ibrahim. Yes, Ahmed, unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Oh, Negwa, I can hear you
Hello?
now.
Hello?
I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Negwa,
Okay.
I can hear you. I'll come back to you, Ahmed, again. Yes, Negwa.
Okay. Actually, I am a teacher at Al Azhar Sharif, and I love being in Al Azhar Sharif, thank God. My dream is not to work in international school or travel abroad, because I have 4 children, thank God. But I hope a public school student can learn good English. I love English, and I want my student like it and learn it well. Can TKT be enough for me?
I would say TKT is a very good start, but it can never be enough, because that's a test. It's not a practical course. What you need to do is a practical course along with this, a course that would give you theoretical knowledge plus practical knowledge, which means like actual teaching, okay? And as long as you love, which ages do you teach, Negwa?
Primary stage.
Primary, and you would love to continue teaching primary students?
Yes.
Good, then CELT.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, then CELT would be the best choice here, because that's a course designed for teaching primary students. I guess TKT would be a good start, but is it enough? No, it is not. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Doctor.
Absolutely welcome. So let's go to Ahmed Ibrahim. I'm sorry, Ahmed. Yes, back to you.
Okay, Dr. Shadi. It's so much a pleasure meeting you today.
The pleasure is mine.
Okay, I have two questions.
Yeah.
First one is about the method of authentication, the videos or the recording inside the class, the tasks that I give to my students inside the class. How can I authenticate these activities or tasks?
Can you say your
Number
question
two.
again? Can you say this question again?
What?
Can you repeat your question?
Okay, the method of authentication, the method, or how can I authenticate the tasks or the activities inside the class?
Okay. Well, I mean, authenticity has its, good sides and also downsides. So I'd say authentic tasks are really good because they provide the students with real language. However, sometimes it will put a lot of load on the teacher in making sure that these authentic materials are appropriate for the level of the students, the culture of the students, their background learning. So you need to be very, very careful when bringing a piece of authentic material into your class. Okay, right. Now, for example, and let me just sum up this point because that's a big point, but I'll try to sum it up for you. Imagine that I want to teach a song to my students, and a song is a piece of authentic material. Why we call it authentic material? Because it is actually something that even native speakers listen to. So it is not designed mainly for classrooms, because the difference between authentic material and classroom materials are written for the classroom. Authentic materials are not written for the classroom. These are materials like the ones we see on YouTube, in newspapers, on website pages. Good. Now, you found a very nice passage or a song or whatever, and you want to bring it into the classroom. First, you need to make sure that the language is appropriate in terms of culture, okay, and in terms of level. What if the language is inappropriate for culture? Then you need to avoid it. Like, don't bring something that might be inappropriate in the classroom. And a lot of songs contain inappropriate words and stuff like that. Right, good. So that's one point. Now, another point. What if the authentic text, okay, is not appropriate for the level of students? Then you have two things to do. Either to grade the task, like create easy questions, or you grade the text or make the text easy. If you make the text easy, it is not authentic anymore because you manipulated the text. So now you cannot call it an authentic text. Why? Because you've changed it. If you want to keep it as is, then you need to come up with graded tasks, easy tasks on it. Then it is really challenging to bring authentic text into the classroom. And it requires a teacher who really understand what he's doing, really aware of the level of the students and their needs, okay? However, I love authentic material myself. I love authentication, but I will always say, be very, very, very careful before deciding to bring something, okay, authentic into your classroom, okay? Scrutinize it first and make sure it is appropriate. I hope you found an answer in what I said. Okay, so Ahmed, do you have more questions on this point?
Okay, thank you. This is a very, very favorable for me. And the second question is about the online learning, the e-learning right now. You know, this is a global direction. Does the CELTA or Delta support these directions right now? Or they have the association? Do you have to ask me about this? Do you have the materials that support you then inside the teaching process itself in about the e-learning or remote learning?
Now, I can tell you now that currently, while I'm talking to you, I'm teaching a CELTA course fully online with Cambridge University. So, and this is my third course. So I taught now 3 back-to-back fully online CELTA courses with Cambridge, which means that Cambridge sees how important this is. Even also Trinity College London did the same. So CERT now is fully online as well. So I'd say, of course, and as a CEO at a language center, if I have a teacher who knows how to teach face-to-face and online at the same time, that would be my favorite candidate, because online teaching now is wow. It's, because people who know how to teach online are people who are making money now. Am I right? Because this is the situation right now. Teaching face-to-face is really difficult. So how would you make money if you don't know how to teach online? Fair enough, eh? Good. Other questions? Hussein, yes, Hussein?
Hello?
Yes, hi, Hussein.
Hey, hello. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to ask this question. But the thing that I've worked on myself, I was a computer teacher. I spent 7 years teaching computer. Then I made a career shift and became first I joined Faculty of Education and became an English teacher in a language school. Now I applied for a CELTA course in next September. But the thing that I took many courses in academic writing, preparation for IELTS, and speaking course with some native speakers. But I'm not sure that I'm really ready for the course. I don't know why, but it's kind of like I'm building up obstacles, or I don't know what to say, but it seems like I keep telling myself that I'm not ready for the course. So what about assignments, the intensive course? It's a big deal. I don't know, but is that a natural thing?
Okay, well, let me say this. If your level is C1, that's what you need to make sure of, okay? Try to sit for a serious exam, and if your level is C1, then you can apply for CELTA, no problem whatsoever, because from the story you told me now, it seems that you're a very hard-working person. You worked so much on yourself. You were able to change your career. I think you're a hero. So if you're a hero, okay, now you can do your CELTA, but just make sure that you are at the right level, okay? So if you're C1, go on, because CELTA is originally designed for people with 0 experience. So you don't have to have experience to join CELTA. In CELTA, we teach you how to teach. We just want you to come with wonderful English, that's all.
So many people face the same problem. I don't think many of them think that they are not ready enough, because I keep postponing myself. I planned on taking it last year and I didn't do it. And I filled in the application and I answered the interview task, the pre-interview task, and I'm waiting for the evaluation if they are going to invite me to an interview or not. But I think, do you face some people like me who kept telling themselves that it's not the level it requires?
Well, I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, a lot of people are worried, that before joining the course, and they don't know whether should we do this or we shouldn't do it. What I would say to you is, just cut the whole thing short and sit for a bloody placement test. Yeah, if you're C1, go for the CELTA, but take a serious exam. Okay? Take a serious exam, right? That's what I would say. Just give me a second. I'll just, charge my my laptop. I don't want it to die. Right. Yeah, I mean, ready for another question. Abdulaziz. Yes, Abdulaziz.
Thank you so much.
How are you?
Okay, how are you? Long time to see.
Yeah, I mean, how do you feel after CELTA?
No, after TEFL. It's okay.
After TEFL. Oh, you didn't do your CELTA, not yet, eh?
Yeah. So, yeah, I miss you Allah. Okay, my question, I'm still a fresh graduate. I have just finished my TEFL course, and now I'm working at International Language School and American Education. Okay, what am I? Yeah, I'm one of the Britishey alumni. Okay, so.
Good.
My question is, now they don't care about the professional development, even they don't know what the TEFL courses are or professional development are. So do you think it's worth to spend a lot of money on CELTS and they don't know what CELTS is? They don't care. They have standards and objectives. They need one to follow these objectives.
Yeah,
yes.
They want you to follow this. If they don't know how valuable these courses are, you know. Yes. And because you care so much about yourself and you want the best for yourself, then you will keep your own professional development, because one day another place that knows the value of professional development will give you an offer.
So I'm confused. I'm sorry. I'm confused now about what my next step is. So should I take the TKT or the IELTS or the Delta Module 1? But I don't care. I don't need CELTA, by the way. So
then you need to tell me what your hope is, what your wish is, so that I can tell you what you need to do, or what is the best for you. So what is your goal?
So teaching at schools for more than 5 or 6 years. Then after this, I will think about teaching training, teacher trainer. So I need to spend a lot of time teaching and gain the experience first. I'm not in rush, so it's okay for me.
Then I would say Delta. I mean, if it is teacher training, then Delta, or DIPTESOL with Trinity College London. Delta with Cambridge University, or DIPTESOL with Trinity College London. These are the best, I'd say. Yeah.
How about the masters in like Egyptian colleges like this?
Well, masters are great. However, as a professional, if I have two candidates coming to work as teacher trainers, okay, at my language school, one with a Delta, one with an MA, I will take the one with Delta.
Yes.
And the British Council, I believe, would do the same. And a lot of people would, a lot of organizations would do the same. Why? Is because I know what happens inside Delta, but I don't know what happens inside your MA, because MAs are different. Some of them are great, some of them are not. Like you might take a wonderful MA from a university, and then you go to another university and the MA there is rubbish. You know, I mean, just theoretical studies, no practice whatsoever, and you just write some stuff and, you know. So the problem with MAs is that they're different from a place to another. But Delta, it's only Cambridge. DIPTESOL is only Trinity College London. So no doubt, I have no doubt how you passed it. I know how you passed it. I know that module 1 was an exam, module 2 was teach and practice, and module 3 was a dissertation. I know. You see? So that's the idea. So my advice would be, if it is teacher training, Delta or DIPTESOL.
Yeah, it also, you know, it takes more than 6 years for the MA. Here.
Yeah, I don't want to be, you know, a bit, you know, harsh on some Egyptian universities and what they do in MAs. Okay, so I know that some programs are not that strong. Some Egyptian universities, of course, deliver wonderful MA programs, but not many, few of them, right? So yeah, you know, I hate memorizing. It doesn't work. Okay, right. So there is a question from Adil Sayed. Yes, Adil.
Yes. Hello, fantastic, Mr. Shadi.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. I've got my CELTA in the last September with Muhammad Khalaf in Future University. And actually, I went to the CELTA course with zero practical experience in teaching. And Laura told me this is how the course is designed. And
yeah, very true.
Yes. Then since the last March, I've been working in one of the prestigious national schools here in Cairo.
Wonderful.
And my aspiration in the meantime is to work in such a professional or prestigious special university or college in Egypt. So in the meantime, my plan that I execute is that I am doing a IELTS preparation course.
Nice.
And I'm planning to take the IELTS exam so that I'm acutely aware of my weaknesses in regards of the language or the methodology.
I love this. Yeah.
Yes. I still didn't digest all the CELTA content. I'm trying to.
Fair enough.
Yes. So what I'm asking you is to give me such a rough plan to execute so that I can work in such prestigious university or institution.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you repeat the last question again?
Yes, I'm asking you to give me a rough plan to follow or to execute according to what I've said. So what is the best advice regarding, working in colleges or universities?
Look, man, it's a competition. Yes. It's a competition. And whenever your level and your professional development is higher than others, this is when you have more opportunities, okay? So make sure that you're better than everybody else, okay? How would you do that? By more professional development courses, okay? By delivering very, very, very strong demos when you go there. Like, I remember the first time I was recommended to work at a university, I finished Delta Module 1. So people thought, yeah, you finished Delta Module 1, this means that in few years, okay, or maybe in 1 year, he would finish his whole Delta. They were right. I finished my Delta and I established a whole CELTA center for the university. So, so people will always look for the best. Organizations will always look for the best. So for example, nowadays I'm hiring teacher trainers. Who do you think I'm looking for? CELTA holders or Delta holders? Of course, Delta holders. You know what I mean, right? So opportunities always go for people who are who have very strong CVs, and that's what you need to do. So make sure that your CV is really, really strong. This is when, mashallah, you will get to amazing places. Okay? Right. So, Layla, yes?
Hello, evening, Dr. Shari.
Evening. How is your son?
My daughter, she's fine.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Actually, she's saying hi.
Okay. What's your name?
Asia.
How are you, Asia? We can hear you here.
Say hello. Actually, I miss your sessions. I'm a TEFL holder, and you were my tutor. Thank you very much for this.
Oh, absolutely welcome. Absolutely welcome. Thank you so much.
Okay. Actually, my goal is I really want to be an IELTS trainer, and I really need your advice. What is the steps that I should take in order to achieve this goal?
Well, I mean, let's say first that there is no organization that would give an accreditation for someone to be an IELTS trainer or not. But there are courses that would teach you how to teach IELTS, and this is the first step. So what you need to do is to study how to teach IELTS course, first step, and then you start practicing out there in the market.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much.
Absolutely welcome. Absolutely welcome. Right. Moving to Michael Nissim. Yes, Michael.
Hi, Mr. Shadi. Michael is my son, not me.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. How are you? What's your name then?
My name is Hanan.
Hanan. Okay. Hi,
Yeah.
Hanan. How are you?
Hi, Mr. Shadi. It's my pleasure to talk to you.
No,
I am
it's
already a teacher in the American school and for grade 3, which is very good thing for me without
Good.
doing all these courses, but I can't stop at this level. I need to improve myself and improve my skills. My
Wonderful.
question is, as a mother, I can't move to these far places for me to study. I am willing to study, but in these circumstances, in the coronavirus and where to leave your kids, it's very hard for me. And I tried to use online teaching, and it was very hard for me. I find my kid with me in every session, and I spoil everything. So, what is your advice for me to do what? Especially that I have a very bad experience with some interviews in some language schools when they ask what kind of school or what kind of college you are graduated from. Where did you take this course? No, we don't. This center is not certified or this. So, does it make a difference where you study in X or Z centers or
Of
colleges?
course. Of course. Of course. I mean, that's why CELTA is for 30,000 Egyptian pounds. That's why it is expensive, because of the name of Cambridge, because you get Cambridge University in your CV. That's why. But you might get the same content of CELTA in a TEFL course. But the reason why CELTA is so expensive is because the name of Cambridge. But from what you said, I believe a CELT S or a CELT P course would be the best. Why? Because in CELT S, there are no Zoom sessions. You have actually the course completely designed online with recorded sessions. Your tutors would be actually marking your portfolio tasks and following your development. So you can log in the course at any time you want, in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon, whenever kids are asleep. Also, another thing, in this course, you don't need to attend face-to-face unless for 3 times, 2 formative assessment and 1 face-to-face, and also, of course, to sit for the TKT exam. So I guess that would be the best. That's what I believe, as long as the problem is your kids being around you in Zoom sessions and stuff like that.
Many thanks, Mr. Shadi. Thank you for your help.
Absolutely welcome. Absolutely welcome. Bidu Turkey. Yes, Bidu.
Yes, evening, sir.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks a lot. So my urgent question is that, by the way, I've got a really good experience teaching English for around 7 years. And during this month, I started my Coursera TESOL. You know what? I think you've heard a lot about it, right?
I know about Coursera. I did a course with them before in the past. Lovely platform.
Yeah, sure. That's good. And I'm by the way, it's a high peak one, and I'm getting a lot of really good things during this part of you know what, having all these kind of tasks and having all these kind of like courses, videos, and interpretations, and so many good explanations about all this part. So I feel like that TESOL is matching up. So do you think? Here's my question: do you think that TESOL at Coursera really match up the level of CELTA?
Okay. Well, that's a good question. So let me ask you about the kind of course you had. Okay, was there teaching practice?
Well, it's kind of videos that explicitly explain a lot of things about teaching, how to get about the part of the content, and so on. About the part of practicing, it just goes to a direction where you just can videotape a kind of teaching lesson, a demo, in other words, and then you're gonna send it right away to Coursera. And this is not kind of like evaluating or assessment. So I could simply say that in this part, it lacks for a kind of personal assessment for the teacher's task. So it is only kind of that you're going to train yourself on your own without any kind of supervising from the others.
Good.
This is the point. But on the other hand, you had a really good chance to train a lot, to know a lot of things, which is kind of like obscure or unknown for you.
Yeah, I would say this is actually, I'm happy that you mentioned all that stuff yourself. So I guess you've got your hands on the job. So you know what was missing from the course. It's the assessment part. It's the practice part. And this is why I would recommend for someone like you to do a TESOL course or a TEFL course or a CELTA course. Why? Because shame if you have all this knowledge and you don't have a very strong certificate on your CV. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. So you mean that CELTA is going to provide a kind of a really stronghold certificate to empower my CV, right?
Of course, the practice there and the name there, and then it will open a lot of doors for someone with good language models like you, someone who is hungry for professional development. So I guess it would be wonderful to have it, of course, yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. That was a really, really good answer. Thank you so much.
Absolutely welcome. So Hamza, we still have 8 minutes before we end this session. Hamza, do you have a question?
Hello, Mr. Shadi.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, fine.
I have a question. I wonder which course of these courses would help me teaching the special needs students?
Oh. And I believe these courses are not designed for students with special needs, okay? Yes, sometimes we might throw a workshop here or there on literacy, where students are facing problems with writing and all that stuff, but that's one workshop. It would never be enough. So I believe if you're looking for something focused on students with special needs, so I don't think these 3 courses would be the best choice. You need to search. I might, okay, do a research on this and get back to you, okay? But for now, I don't have an answer for this one.
Okay, thanks. Thanks.
Absolutely welcome. Kawthar, yes?
مستر شادي ازي حضرتك عامل ايه؟
Fine, alhamdulillah, fine, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Did I want to ask you about something? I am a young learner holder from Notting Hill, and I'm planning to take a TESOL certificate. So what do you think about this? I'm teaching young learners from age 5 to 7 now, junior 1, junior 2.
So let me just get a clear idea now. So you did a program in teaching young learners before, right?
Yes.
So the coming
I have young learners before from Notting Hill. I have diploma in the phonics from Future Lane, and more. I focus on the young learners more.
Cool. So the coming course, you want it to be focusing on young learners as well?
No, I'm thinking about adults. So I'm planning to take TESOL. But just I don't think so. It's too hard.
Well, I mean, it's a learning process. Of course, there will be some challenges. You know.
I have a passion with learning too much. Just TEFL or TESOL.
Well, as I said at the very beginning of the session, there is no difference between TEFL or TESOL. These are just 2 names for the same thing. It depends on where the program is designed, how many hours of teaching practice are there, stuff like that. This is what would make a difference. Okay.
So what's your advice for me?
Okay, look, there are, if you're looking for courses for adults, okay? You have CELTA is a course by Cambridge University for teaching adults. That's very famous one. You have
actually, you don't have here and in the Alexandria, just British concepts, too much expensive.
Oh yeah, I I know. Then think of a TEFL course, okay? And you can do TEFL courses online now. So you can join a fully course online and then finish it and be happy, but make sure that you have good teaching practice on that course, okay?
So how can I know that?
You ask, you tell them, how many hours of teaching practice do I have?
Okay, online?
Of course, because this is what we do on CELTA. We give candidates 6 hours of teaching practice. That's what I do in my TEFL as well. I give my students or my trainees 6 hours of teaching practice.
So you don't, I'm asking about you. You aren't teaching CELTA here in Alexandria, CELTA A?
Okay, well, as for CELTA, you can now join a fully online course with Reach Out. This is where I teach, you know.
No, I'm asking face-to-face lectures.
Face-to-face courses. Oh, you've got CELTA in Alex. Oh, I forgot to mention that. Shame on me. There is a CELTA in Alex. Oh, Ferris University. Abir Oqaz would be really angry with me on this one. But yeah,
yeah,
you've got a CELTA. Yeah, Ferris University. You've got CELTA in Alex with the lovely Abir Oqaz, and also wonderful trainers are there as well, right?
Abir Oqaz, okay. Can you please can you mention here in the comments after this lecture?
All what you need to do is to go to Ferris University website, okay, visit it, and then, you know, people will facilitate everything for you, right?
Ferris, okay.
Ferris University, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Said.
Always welcome. One last question before we say bye-bye, and let me take that question from, okay, I guess who, let's say, Hussein. Yes, Hussein?
Hello.
Hi.
I asked the question before, but I kept raising my hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry, but
you're not absolutely welcome. Let me go to this big name, Sovereignty. I love the name. Yes, Sovereignty. Yeah. What's your question?
Hello, Mr. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
By the name, my name is Siada. I just like you wrote it just as a kind of like nickname or something like this.
So your name is Ciara?
Siada.
Siada. Oh, Siada, Sovereignty. I love that.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks so much. Can you hear me well? Hello? 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 Can you hear me well? Hello? Anyone can hear me?
Yes, dear, I can hear you, but I think Dr. Shadi is not here right now. Give me like, he's going to rejoin.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hear you.
Yep.
Oh, I can hear you now. Sorry, I had a problem with the internet. Yeah. Sorry, Siada. What's your question?
Problem. Yep. I'm just telling you that I'm fresh graduate, and while I was just like studying, I was working at the same time. So I have like 3 years of experience working as English instructor and also as translator, you know. But just like when I graduated, I feel that like I need to take a pause. I don't know, just like what's he asked for me or something like this. And I need to ask you about this. Like I have the experience itself, and all the time I'm working on myself. I develop myself. Like YouTube for me, it's not just like a website or something like this. It's like my friend, you know. Love it so much. I like self-study and all of this.
So
I'm working on centers. Yeah, I'm just like working in centers. I didn't apply for just like a college or something higher.
Okay. So what you're trying to tell me that your professional development is taken from experience and working in different places, right?
Yep. Nothing else.
Oh, well, then you need to start making your CV strong. I'll tell you a very short story about a friend of mine. It might not be related directly to teaching, but it will tell you something. I've got this friend. He is great at website designing, especially those websites for tourism companies. and he used to work on in Dubai for years, like with the biggest, you know, international companies and all that stuff. But the problem that his experience was taken from real work, no certificate whatsoever, no real courses. He's amazing, but what happened is that when something wrong happened in the company he used to work in, and he started looking for a job at different places, he wasn't accepted because there was no evidence in his CV that he can do this. You know what I mean? It's very important that you add strong certificates to your CV so that these can open doors with you later for better jobs, and also will consolidate the experience you have.
So what should I do in that situation? Like something you can recommend for me?
So what age would you like to teach in the future? Primary, secondary, or adults?
No, I don't like just like teaching kids or just like students in the school. This is not like my plan, you know, but I like teaching adults, and especially in not just like an academic way, you know. So just like I love center because they are like, they give you the freedom to do whatever you want and something like this.
Okay, then I would say TEFL or CELTA.
Yeah, so because we are Egyptians, so we're going to choose TEFL.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, it doesn't depend on whether you're Egyptian or not. It depends on how much money you have.
Okay, so can I ask you the last question, please?
Yeah.
Okay, just like I'm so anxious person, like I have a lot of dreams and I want to develop myself in a lot of things and all of this, but I cannot differentiate between whether I'm going to be a teacher or translator. I work both of them.
I would say that's the most dangerous thing in the world, being unsure of what you want to be in the future, because this means
like
that
I'm telling you, like I'm successful in both of them, like, and I can just like combine all of them. It's not just like a big problem for me. Like in the morning I work as a translator, and in the evening I work as an English teacher, you know. It's not like a big problem. I can handle it, and I feel my passion when I teach. And also just like I want to know and widen my knowledge, so once I translate and know something new, I discover like yeah, this is like something new, and I really hungry for that knowledge.
Well, then I would say if you're happy with this and you feel that you're not stressed or anything and you can handle both, then fair enough. However, my advice would be usually to people, focus on one thing so that your professional development would be focused on that thing, so you become really, really good at it. Okay, but if this is your situation and you can do both and you're happy, so as long as you're happy, we're happy, everybody is happy, Siada, so keep it this way then.
Thanks so much.
Absolutely welcome. Thank you so much, everyone. It was really lovely being with you. I would like also to thank Azza for the invitation.
Thank you so much. The pleasure is ours. Thank you so much for this lovely session. The Q&A part was really interesting, and we needed to have our questions answered. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely welcome. Thank you, everyone. See you again. Bye-bye. Thank you. Okay, bye.